Long before Mary Tyler Moore came along and proved that a woman was every bit as capable as a man at getting things done in the workplace, Eve Arden was a female force to be reckoned with, playing the sardonic and ever so witty schoolteacher Miss Brooks in the radio and television series that bore her name. The beloved classic sitcom got its start as a radio serial in 1948 that ran until 1957. In 1952, it was adapted for television, thus becoming one of the medium's first big success stories. Millions of Americans tuned into CBS every week for 4 years to see what Eve and her fellow castmates were up to. In 1956, the television incarnation was adapted for the big screen in a full-length feature film. In this video, we'll be taking a few minutes to pay our respects to the show's cast members who have all since passed away. So join Factsverse as we reflect on the lives and careers of the bright minds who helped create one of television's first hit series. Eve Arden, Constance Connie Brooks. Born Eunice Mary Keddens on April 30th, 1908 in Mill Valley, California, Arden got her start acting shortly after leaving high school at age 16, when she joined a stock theater company run by Henry Terry Duffy. She made her film debut under her birth name in the 1929 musical Song of Love. The film ended up being one of Columbia Pictures' early hits. In 1933, Arden moved to New York City, where she landed several supporting roles in Broadway productions. The following year, she was cast in the famous Ziegfeld Follies Revue. The role was the first in which she was credited under her stage name. She came up with the moniker while looking at cosmetics products. She took the name Eve from Evening in Paris and borrowed her surname from Elizabeth Arden. From the mid-30s to early 40s, she appeared in Broadway productions like Very Warm for May, Parade, and Let's Face It. Arden scored her first screen role in 1937 when she signed a contract with RKO. For the next several years, she appeared in films like Stage Door, Oh Doctor, and Having Wonderful Time, the latter of which saw her share the screen with Lucille Ball and Ginger Rogers. From there, she was off to the races, appearing in films with heavy hitters like Clark Gable, Marlene Dietrich, and even the late great Red Skelton. The 40s were very productive for Arden, but perhaps the most significant role in her career was in 1948 when she was cast to play Connie Brooks on the radio version of Our Miss Brooks. She would of course continue to play this iconic role even after it made the leap to television and eventually the big screen. Later on in her career, post Our Miss Brooks, Arden gave phenomenal performances as the school principal in the musicals Grease and Grease 2. Arden married twice, first to Edward Grinnell Bergen in 1939 and the second time to Brooks West in 1952. With West, she remained by his side until his death in 1984. Arden passed away just 6 years after West on November 12, 1990. She was 84 years old when she died in her home in Westwood, California, going into cardiac arrest. Before we take a look at the rest of the Our Miss Brooks cast, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Gale Gordon, Osgood, Conkin. Gale was born February 20th, 1906 in New York City. He was raised in a theater family, with his father being vaudevillian Charles Thomas Aldrich and his mother English actress Gloria Gordon. Gale landed his first big break when he was cast in the recurring roles of Mayor Latrivia and Foggy Williams on the radio serial Fibber McGee and Molly. While Gordon was quite famous for his role as the dastardly school principal Osgood Conklin in both the radio and TV versions of Our Miss Brooks, he was best known for playing Lucille Ball's longtime foil, Theodore J. Mooney, on The Lucy Show. He also appeared in I Love Lucy, Here's Lucy, and Life with Lucy. Gordon died of lung cancer at age 89 on June 30th, 1985 at Redwood Terrace Health Center in Escondido, California. Just a month prior, his wife of nearly 6 decades, Virginia Curley, passed away in the same hospital. Gordon died childless, yet by all accounts quite satisfied with how his life turned out. Robert Rockwell, Phillip Boynton. This American stage, radio, film, and TV actor was best known for playing the awkward yet incredibly handsome biology teacher, Phillip Boynton, on both the radio and TV incarnations of Our Miss Brooks. The Lake Bluff, Illinois native was born October 12, 1920, and studied at the Pasadena Playhouse. After serving in the Navy for 4 years in World War II, Rockwell began his acting career as a contract player with Republic Studios. Throughout his remarkably active career, Rockwell appeared in more than 350 TV episodes, films, and Broadway productions, even though he was so associated with his role on Our Miss Brooks that dramatic roles often evaded him. He died of cancer on January 25, 2003 at his home in Malibu alongside his wife Elizabeth at age 82. He was survived by his 5 children. Richard Crenna, Walter Denton. This Emmy Award-winning film, television, and radio actor never seemed to take a break from acting. Once he discovered he had a knack for performance, he threw himself into his craft full sail. He was given his first big breakthrough role in 1948 when he was cast as the high school student Walter Denton on Our Miss Brooks. He retained that role even as the series transitioned to television, and ultimately for its feature film as well. After Our Miss Brooks, he starred as Luke McCoy on the ABC series The Real McCoys from 1957 to 63. He also appeared in films such as The Sand Pebbles, Wait Until Dark, and the first 3 Rambo films. He eventually developed pancreatic cancer and died of heart failure January 17, 2003 at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in LA. He was 76. Jane Morgan, Margaret Davis. This English actress was born December 6, 1880 in Warmley, Gloucestershire, England. She was best known for playing Connie Brooks' nosy landlady, Margaret Davis, on Our Miss Brooks. While she was born in England to Welsh parents, she moved, along with her family, to Boston, Massachusetts when she was a year old. She studied at the prestigious New England Conservatory of Music and got her start performing with the Boston Opera Company. By 1990, she was living with her brother and widowed father in Anaconda, Montana, where she became a familiar face in the amateur theater scene. A decade later, she started touring in dramas and musicals such as The Mastermind, The Temporary Husband, and The Silent Voice. In the 30s, she began working on radio plays and serials. After appearing on programs like The Walls Come Tumbling Down and The Horn Blows at Midnight, she landed her signature role on Our Miss Brooks. Morgan died at age 91 on New Year's Day in 1972 in North Hollywood, California, after a long, drawn-out battle with heart disease. The remainder of the cast. Born March 13, 1933, Gloria McMillan played Harriet Conklin, the daughter of Principal Osgood Conklin. She was the most recent cast member to pass away when she lost her battle with cancer of the bile duct at age 88 on January 19, 2022. Mary Jane Croft was born February 15, 1916, and played Miss Daisy Enright on both the radio and TV versions of the show. She was also known for her roles as Betsy Ramsey on I Love Lucy, Mary Jane Lewis on Here's Lucy and The Lucy Show, and Clara Randolph on The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. She died of natural causes August 24, 1999 at age 83 in Century City, California. Isabel Randolph was a late addition to the cast, introduced as the new school principal Ruth Nestor in the November 4, 1955 episode Big Ears. She died of an unknown cause at age 83 in Burbank, California on January 11, 1973. Now it's time to hear from you. Who was your favorite character of Our Miss Brooks? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.